Ladies and gentlemen, today we're diving into a fascinating question. What are the feelings that keep a woman thinking about you all night? Because, let's face it, it's not just luck or chance. It's a powerful blend of emotions that create that magnetic pull. First, emotional security is the foundation. Imagine the mind as a home, and emotional security is the solid foundation that makes it safe to build strong walls. When a woman feels emotionally secure with you, her brain releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone, and this keeps her thoughts coming back to you. It's not about grand gestures, it's about consistently showing you care, listening without judgment, and being vulnerable in a way that invites her to do the same. When she feels safe, she thinks about you with warmth, not worry. Next, authenticity and depth create a magnetic pull that's hard to shake. We live in a world of masks and facades, but what sticks in the heart is realness. Sharing your true self, your hopes, your struggles, your values, creates emotional depth. This depth invites her to explore who you are beyond the surface, sparking curiosity and admiration. And those late, night thoughts, they're the brain's way of replaying those moments of connection, trying to understand and savor that authenticity. Then there's consistency and reliability. Think about it. Unpredictability can cause anxiety, but when your actions are steady, predictable in their care and respect, you create a rhythm that her mind learns to trust. This trust doesn't just keep her safe, it keeps her engaged. Each consistent act is like a small thread weaving a mental tapestry where she feels drawn to stay. Finally, respect and admiration are the fuel for this emotional fire. Respect means honoring her feelings, boundaries, and individuality. Admiration is about valuing her essence and allowing her to see that you're someone worthy of hers. This mutual respect and admiration spark a positive feedback loop. She thinks of you fondly, and that fondness grows. So when you combine these feelings, emotional security, authenticity, consistency, and respect, you create more than attraction. You create a powerful emotional resonance that keeps her mind occupied and her heart engaged. Remember, it's never just about looks or charm. It's about the deep emotional experiences you create together. That's what keeps a woman thinking about you all night long. Thank you. When we talk about why a woman can't stop thinking about someone, it's important to understand that it's not just about attraction or physical chemistry. What really makes a lasting impression and keeps her thoughts lingering is the feeling of emotional security. Emotional security is like the invisible thread that ties her mind to you, making her feel safe, understood, and cared for on a deep level. Our brains are wired to seek safety and connection. When a woman experiences emotional security with someone, her brain releases chemicals like oxytocin, sometimes called the bonding hormone, which helps create feelings of attachment and trust. This isn't just a poetic idea, it's rooted in neuroscience. Feeling safe with a person lowers her stress levels and makes her feel calm and peaceful, which naturally draws her thoughts toward that person again and again. But emotional security isn't something you give once and forget about. It's built over time through small, consistent actions that show you genuinely care about her inner world. Listening attentively when she shares her worries or dreams without rushing to fix or judge is a powerful way to build that security. It tells her that she can be vulnerable around you without fear of rejection or criticism. Vulnerability, in turn, is what opens the door for deeper connection and trust. When a woman senses that she can drop her emotional guard and be herself without being misunderstood or dismissed, her brain relaxes and her heart opens. This emotional openness creates a mental safe place where she feels free to revisit memories, conversations, and moments with you, even when you're not physically present. Her thoughts naturally wander back to that feeling of safety, comfort, and acceptance because it's rewarding on a psychological level. This sense of security also means she won't be anxious or doubtful about your intentions. When there's emotional security, her mind doesn't have to spin in circles, wondering if you really care or if you'll be there tomorrow. This peace of mind allows her to focus on the positive aspects of your connection, keeping you in her thoughts in a way that feels warm, not stressful. Emotional security is especially powerful because it counters the fear and uncertainty that many people carry from past relationships or experiences. If a woman has been hurt before, she may unconsciously guard her feelings or keep her mind busy to avoid pain. When you provide a consistent sense of emotional safety, you slowly help her break down those walls. This is why your presence and behavior can occupy her thoughts all night, not because of fleeting infatuation, but because her heart feels secure enough to lean into something real. So, when you want to create that lasting impression that keeps her thinking about you, focus on building emotional security. Be present, be patient, and most importantly, be genuine in your care. It's this steady foundation that allows her mind and heart to rest easy with you, making her thoughts naturally return to you again and again. In a world where surface-level interactions are everywhere, what truly captures and holds a woman's attention is authenticity, the genuine, unfiltered version of who you are. It's easy to be drawn to charm or charisma initially, but what keeps her thinking about you long after the moment has passed is the realness beneath the surface. Authenticity creates a depth of connection that is rare and precious, sparking curiosity and emotional engagement that run far deeper than physical attraction. Being authentic means showing up as your true self, flaws and all. It means sharing your hopes, fears, dreams, and even vulnerabilities without hiding behind a facade or trying to impress by pretending to be someone you're not. When you are authentic, you invite her into your inner world, and this invitation creates a bond built on trust and openness. This kind of connection is magnetic because it signals to her brain that you are someone trustworthy, someone worth investing emotional energy in. Depth in a relationship isn't about heavy conversations all the time, but about moments where you both feel truly seen and understood. These moments happen when you talk about things that matter, your values, your passions, the things that shape who you are. When you open up like this, you create a mental space where her thoughts can linger, replaying those conversations over and over because they stir something meaningful inside her. This kind of emotional engagement is deeply satisfying because it connects to our basic human need for belonging and understanding. When she feels that you are not just another face in the crowd, but someone who reveals layers and invites her to do the same, her mind naturally dwells on those shared moments. This reflection is a way for her brain to process and savor the experience of genuine connection. Authenticity also helps to build credibility and respect. When you show who you are without pretenses, you demonstrate confidence and integrity. Women pick up on this immediately because it reflects emotional strength and maturity. This authenticity creates a kind of emotional resonance that sticks in her mind because it contrasts with the many shallow or performative interactions she may have experienced before. Moreover, when you consistently show your authentic self, you create a pattern of honesty that feels refreshing and reassuring. She knows she's not dealing with a mask or an act, which allows her to relax and be authentic herself. This mutual authenticity forms a powerful feedback loop that deepens emotional intimacy and keeps her thinking about you in a way that feels natural and fulfilling. Ultimately, the magnetism of real connection comes from the courage to be vulnerable and true. It's not about perfection or always having the right words. It's about being present and genuine. When a woman senses that you are real and that your connection has depth, she is drawn into an emotional experience that captivates her mind and heart well beyond the initial encounter. This authenticity is the spark that lights up her thoughts and keeps them glowing long into the night. Consistency is one of those qualities that might seem subtle or even boring on the surface, but it is actually incredibly powerful when it comes to keeping a woman's thoughts focused on you. In relationships, it's not always the grand gestures or dramatic moments that build lasting impressions. It's the steady, reliable actions that create a sense of trust and emotional safety. When a woman knows she can count on you, her mind naturally gravitates toward you, replaying the moments where you showed up and proved your dependability. Reliability means showing up emotionally and physically, even when it's not convenient or exciting. It means following through on your promises, being on time, and consistently demonstrating that you value her time and feelings. This kind of dependable behavior reduces anxiety and uncertainty, two of the biggest distractions that can pull her mind away. When she doesn't have to wonder whether you'll be there or if you'll keep your word, her thoughts can rest on the positive aspects of your connection rather than worrying about potential disappointments. Beyond just actions, consistency creates a rhythm in your relationship. Humans are naturally wired to find comfort in patterns, especially when it comes to emotional interactions. When your behavior is predictable in its care and respect, it forms an emotional rhythm that she can tune into and rely on. This rhythm gives her a mental anchor, a point of stability in the often chaotic world of emotions and relationships. When unpredictability or mixed signals enter the picture, it creates confusion and doubt. These feelings often lead to her mind racing with what ifs and second guessing, which can push her away mentally and emotionally. In contrast, consistency removes that mental noise and replaces it with calm and clarity. It allows her to focus her thoughts on the real, positive connection you're building, instead of spinning in circles wondering where she stands. Consistency also builds momentum over time. Each dependable act stacks on the last, reinforcing the idea that you are a trustworthy and steady presence in her life. This ongoing pattern of reliability slowly shapes her perception of you, not as someone fleeting or unreliable, but as someone who is solid and worth investing in emotionally. Moreover, when a woman feels she can trust you to be consistent, it opens the door for deeper vulnerability. She's more likely to share her true feelings, fears, and dreams because she knows you won't abandon her or respond unpredictably. This trust deepens the emotional intimacy, and because of that, her mind naturally dwells on you and the connection you share, even when you're apart. In summary, consistency and reliability are quiet but powerful forces in keeping a woman thinking about you all night. They create an emotional landscape free of doubt and fear, filled instead with trust and calm. When you show up for her again and again, not just with words but with steady, reliable actions, you become a mental and emotional anchor in her life, and that kind of dependability is unforgettable. Respect is often overlooked when people talk about attraction, but it is absolutely foundational to keeping a woman thinking about you long after you've parted ways. Respect is more than just good manners or polite behavior. It's a deep acknowledgement of her worth, her boundaries, and her individuality. When a woman feels truly respected, it sends a powerful message to her brain that she is valued and seen for who she really is. This feeling is incredibly validating and creates positive emotions that she will replay in her mind over and over again. Admiration works hand in hand with respect. It's about recognizing and appreciating her unique qualities, strengths, and character. Everyone wants to be admired for what makes them special, and when you genuinely express this admiration, it lights up a woman's emotional landscape. This doesn't mean superficial compliments, but sincere acknowledgement of her intelligence, kindness, resilience, or whatever it is that makes her who she is. When admiration comes from a place of authenticity, it fuels a cycle of positivity that keeps her emotionally engaged with you. Both respect and admiration create a sense of emotional safety and positivity. They build a mental environment where she feels uplifted rather than diminished, valued rather than taken for granted. This mental and emotional upliftment is crucial because it replaces negative thought patterns with positive ones. Instead of worrying or doubting, her mind is busy replaying moments when she felt respected and admired, which deepens her emotional connection to you. Showing respect means honoring her opinions, listening actively, and accepting her boundaries without trying to push or manipulate. It means being patient and understanding even when you disagree. These actions show her that you see her as an equal partner, not someone to be controlled or changed. When a woman feels this kind of respect, she feels empowered and free, and this freedom allows her mind to wander toward you in a healthy, affectionate way. Admiration also inspires her to be the best version of herself. When someone admires you genuinely, it encourages growth and confidence. She begins to associate those positive feelings with you, creating a strong emotional association that makes you unforgettable. This cycle of respect and admiration strengthens the emotional bond, turning attraction into something deeper and more meaningful. In practical terms, showing respect and admiration consistently can be as simple as acknowledging her efforts, expressing gratitude, celebrating her achievements, and respecting her choices. These everyday actions build a foundation that is emotionally rich and deeply satisfying. The more you practice this, the more you become someone who naturally occupies her thoughts and her heart. In essence, respect and admiration are the fuel that keeps the emotional fire burning. They transform fleeting interest into lasting emotional engagement. When a woman feels truly respected and genuinely admired, her mind holds onto those feelings and keeps returning to you, not because of superficial attraction, but because of the meaningful emotional connection you've created. In closing, what keeps a woman thinking about you all night isn't just physical attraction or fleeting moments. It's the deep feelings you create through your words, actions, and presence. Emotional security lays the foundation, giving her a safe space to be vulnerable and connected. Authenticity and depth draw her in by revealing your true self and creating meaningful, memorable experiences. Consistency and reliability build trust and calm, allowing her mind to rest easy knowing she can count on you. And above all, respect and admiration fuel the emotional fire that makes her thoughts return to you with warmth and affection. When these elements come together, they form a powerful emotional resonance that stays with her long after you've gone. It's this blend of feelings, not just charm or looks, that creates a connection so real and profound that she can't help but keep you in her mind, even through the quiet hours of the night. So, focus on nurturing these feelings. Show up authentically, be dependable, honor her, and build that safe emotional space. When you do, you won't just be someone she thinks about. You'll be someone she cherishes. Thank you.